Last week we did the product of the matrices. We did the product. Now this week we will extend that concept to find the addition of rows and columns. Addition of rows and addition of columns. Very, very important. Let's see. Let us say I have a matrix which is 1, 3, 0, 2, 6, 7 and 3, 0, 1. Okay? Now I'm asked to I need to produce a matrix, a final matrix, which should basically add all the rows. So 3, I should get something like 3 plus 1 plus 0, 2 plus 6 plus 7, and 3 plus 0 plus 1. So basically I need something like this, 4 and 15 and 4. I need to multiply this matrix with something so that I get this. Whenever you are asked to add the rows, you need something called, you need a column matrix. You need a column matrix. What is column matrix? That matrix which has just one column and any number of rows. So I need a column matrix which will get multiplied to this row matrix. So it's to this original matrix to produce this. Now let's try to get some brain around it. What is the order of this matrix? 3 cross 3? And I need to get what? I need to get a 3 cross 1 matrix, correct? So what should I multiply this matrix so that I get a 3 cross 1? So that means I need a 3 here and a 1 here. So that means definitely a 1 here. Right? So that 1 comes here. In order to multiply, these two have to be the same. So I need a 3 cross 1 matrix to be multiplied to the original matrix to get this matrix. A 3 cross 1 matrix means 3 rows and 1 column. But what would be the elements of that matrix? It will be just 1. 1, 1, 1. So you end up totaling. Now if you remember the matrix multiplication, if you do matrix multiplication, what do you get? So if I were to multiply these two, if you remember, I pick up the first row and I pick up the first column. 1 times 1 plus 3 times 1 plus 0 times 1. Correct? Is there any other column? No. Go to the next row and do the same thing. 2 cross 1 plus 6 cross 1 plus 7 cross 1. Is there any other column? No. Go to the next row. 3 times 0 plus 0 times, 3 times 1 plus 0 times 1 plus 1 times 1. These two aren't the same? The same, right? And eventually what do you get? You get this. So long story short, if you have a matrix, any order, which you want to total their rows, you multiply that matrix with a column matrix and with all elements as 1. So you count the number of rows of the original matrix, 1, 2, 3. You make those many you count the number of columns here, 1, 2, 3, and you create those many rows here with ones and finish it off. Mitch, make sense? This matrix, which helps you to add the rows, is called summing matrix. Or summation matrix. All good? Now I'm taking this off the board now. Shall I take this off or you're writing?
Yes.
I'll take another minute. Yeah, that's fine. 30 seconds. Now we will do adding the columns using the same logic. All good? Mitch? Now, I need to sum all the columns. That means I need something like this. I need something like this. Column 1 is 1 plus 2 plus 3. Column 2 is 3 plus 6 plus 0. And column 3 is 0 plus 7 plus 1. So that means 5, 9 and 8. This is what I need. Right? So when you add the columns, so you will get basically a row matrix. Correct? Right? Now, what is the order of this matrix? 3 cross 3. I need a 1 cross 3 as a result. 1 cross 3 as a result. What do I do now? I need number of rows needs to be 1. If I multiply this matrix with something, is there a chance on earth that I land on one row only? This number decides the number of rows. So if I multiply this matrix with something, the number of rows of the resultant matrix will be 3, not 1. So that means I cannot multiply here. I have to multiply something here. Make sense? So if I multiply something here, let's say x times y times this, and I need 1 cross 3, so obviously my x will be 1. Right? That is why I'll get 1 cross 3 here. And I need these two to be equal. So this must be 3. Only then you can get a 1 cross 3 times 3 cross 3 will give you a 1 cross 3. Getting my point? So I can't post multiply anything. I have to pre-multiply here. So when it comes to addition of columns, you pre-multiply something with the matrix where you're adding the columns. So now it's a 1 cross 3, 1 row, so that means something here, something here, something here, which will be 1, 1, 1. So this matrix is the summing matrix if you are adding the columns. Long story short, how many rows? 1 cross 3. So you pick up the number of columns here. 1, 2, 3. So you pick up the number of rows here, 1, 2, 3, and create that many columns. Right? So that's the rationale behind how you add the rows and columns. Is that clear? Yeah? Alright. If that is clear, can you guys, let's do a quick question. Alright. In your book, do you have the book? Do this question, please. Question number 4 here, please. You need to give me a matrix which will add the rows and the columns of the given matrix.
First one's 2 by 1 matrix.
What's the answer? For 4, this is 10D. 10D. Question number 4. 4A. Yep. What's the answer for 4A?
2 by 1 matrix.
2 by 1 matrix, and the answer will be 1, 1.
1, yeah.
And what about part B?
1 by
Mitch,
6.
do you have the answer for that?
No.
Do you know how to do that?
Yeah.
I'll give you a minute. What is the matrix order for which you are summing? Is that not 3 cross 2? The matrix order?
Yeah.
Original matrix order?
It's 2 by 2.
Now, if you have to sum all the columns, how many rows it has? It has 3 rows.
Yeah.
So you make that many columns. Mitch,
Yeah.
did you get it? You see here, look here, I can explain you again. Whatever matrix given to you, just look at the order of that matrix. What's the order? 3 cross 2, 3 rows, 2 columns. That's right in front of your eyes.
No, 3 times 1, 1 constant.
No, sorry. The matrix that's given in question number 4.
Yeah.
This is a 3 cross 2 matrix. Yes, 3 rows and 2 columns. Yes, Mitchell?
Yeah.
So if you were to add all the columns of this matrix, so count the number of rows. How many rows do you have? 3 rows. So write that many columns as 1 and finish it off. So you write 3 here. Right?
Yeah.
Just a sec. If you have to sum the rows, so count the number of columns, 2, and create that many rows. So adding rows, look at the columns and create that many rows. Adding columns, look at the rows and create those many columns. Just the opposite.